What's good? Welcome to another episode of Gen Z versus Millennials. My name is Nonzo with the Z. And in this episode, you're going to be meeting an amazing cast of brilliant Gen Zs and even more brilliant Millennials. And we're going to be giving you all sorts of amazing, engaging, and entertaining content today. This show is about pairing a group of Millennials and Gen Zs to discuss, drink, debate, play games, and have a great time talking about social media, relationships, politics, upbringing, whatever it is that you would like for us to talk about. Send in your questions, interact with us, and don't forget to follow us on The House Chronicles on all social media platforms. And without further ado, let the games begin. Let's make it happen.
What's good, people? I'm Peter Samuel Ebe, and I'm a bloody Gen Z. And a very fabulous one at that. I love my people so much because we're very assertive and vocal. We like to live life. We don't like to stress. We're free thinkers. We're not thinking about what my mommy is going to say this or the society is going to say this. We're going to live our lives the way we want to live it, dress as we want to dress. Just do whatever we want to do, be comfortable in our skins. As for our millennial brothers and sisters, they feel they know everything. Oh yes, they've lived life before us, and yes, they pay attention to what society says and all the standards and everything. Live a little, millennials, because we are literally the definition of living life.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Chuko and I'm hybrid. I'm like in between the millennial and the Gen Z. I think I have a lot to say. So it depends on the questions being asked. I'll give my own opinion. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Cynthia, and obviously you can guess I'm a Gen Z. So, I love Gen Zs because we are very outspoken. We go for it. You know, we are like go-getters. We are the life of the party. And we are very friendly, you know. But millennials, they're always angry and grumpy. Like, you know, take a little chill pill. You know, life is not that serious. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, hello people. This is Favor Yaks. You all know me, Unusual, the king of troubles. Let's just say I'm here to make troubles, and I'm a Gen Z. Gen Z's like troubles, so let's keep it that way.
Hello everybody, Austin Rex here, just a simple dude, millennial for sure. And right here, I'm about to eat some Gen Z's for lunch.
Àwọn ọmọ yìí.
As in,
Wọ́n bàjẹ́.
as in.
Gen Z, that's what you call it.
Let me tell you something about myself. My name is Rodia Lawal Abiodun, and they call me Rodi Law. I'm very disciplined. I don't know what these Gen Zs are talking about because today I'm going to give them what they should know. Wow.
This is trouble.
How can you be? Let's even get there first. But before then, I am my gorgeous self, and I'm here to give you guys a show.
The funny thing is, I like my steak raw, and I'm going to eat you raw.
Wow, okay.
No, we're poisonous. Can even chew.
Really?
Poisonous.
As you can see, we're going to have an amazing show. So sit back and keep it locked. You're watching Gen Z versus Millennials. Let's go.
It's a state. It's in a state, a Yoruba state.
If you don't know, pass.
Yoruba State.
We used to drink it in the morning.
Coffee, tea.
You have to use it before you go out in the house. That's to use it before you get
Deodorant.
Roll on deodorant. Roll on deodorant.
Is that no?
Roll on
I'm supposed to say this one.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say this one. They're supposed to say this one.
What's your name again?
turn it.
Okay, please turn it and let's go. I'm sure you guys are going to get into Club and I.
Let's see what you can get into overnight.
Okay. Hey, I'm Obi. Obi information.
Olamide.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Motorcycle with bike. You say it's Okada. It's supposed to be Okada. Why did you say it? You don't say Okada.
Oh, yeah, say it. Say it. Just say it.
No, but it's time is going.
These cards are dropping.
It's up.
Time up.
It's up.
Like you did well. You did well. You represented us well. It's her first time, nigga. You've done it like a couple of times. After this show, I'm going to look for you.
No problem.
I'm going to look for you.
So now let's discuss religion.
Religion.
Yes. We've not discussed it
Love
yet
it.
so far.
Wow.
Now
love
it is said that the millennials are like the boomers and the Gen X's, that they carry God too much on top of their head, and that the Gen Z's, they don't go to church, and they're the ones that have started doing this whole atheist thing. They don't believe in God, and because of that they are now wayward. So let's discuss, is this true? Is this a misconception? What is your take on spirituality? And do you think that you have been seen in the wrong light? Let's discuss.
This topic I love so much, so let me hear you.
Okay,
Okay. I would like to describe myself as a very spiritual person, but I'm not a church person. Literally.
Spiritual, but not church.
I'm not going to church doesn't make me spiritual. There are lots of people that go to church and they don't even have a personal communication with God or anything. They just go to just mark attendance and everything. Oh God, I came to church today, so you bless me. Going to church, well, it's good. Don't forsake the assembly of the brethren. But see, even if you don't go to church, there are places in the world where they are not even allowed to go to church. Doesn't mean that they don't have a relationship with God. It first starts with you and everything. But the way, like many millennials have portrayed it, you see that they are not even living by the words of Jesus' fruits, which is love. You see, they're very judgy. Oh, look at the way you're dressed, look at the way you're this, look at the way you're that. You're always quick to point out people's flaws and everything, which is not nice because God is not really presented well. And when you don't present something well, there will be a natural hate and resentment for this person you're trying to portray. So you won't even blame many Gen Z people that turn aside, because the people that are supposed to shine the light are actually not even shining the light and everything. So, I would not really encourage people not to but it's your choice. You have a choice to live your life and do whatever you want to do. But having a relationship with God has its perks, because you don't know tomorrow. But believing in a higher existence of someone that knows the future and everything kind of gives you this safety and this kind of thing. So yes, Gen Z people, there are Gen Z people that carry God on their head though. Because of me, I carry God for head because of the way I was raised. But there's just a clear distinction between church person and spirituality and everything. So that is me opening the floor for further discussion. Thank you.
Wait. You said it's lost. The truth is, I was raised in a strong Christian setting. Parents are ministers and stuff like that. Maybe one of the reasons why I don't know some things. But then I got to understand something, that these adults don't think we Gen Zs are savvy God. I can't be coming to church every day with suit and tie. It's not by force.
Stereotype for me.
God is everywhere.
God is everywhere. And you say words like, don't put on cap in the presence of God. Is there ever a time we leave God's presence?
I feel like
I really want to know that.
Reverence is a thing of the heart, my
Is there ever a time we
dog.
leave
You
God's
can
presence?
take off your cap, it's your heart.
No,
God is here,
there are so many words they tell me, and I'll be like, wow, are you serious? Don't wear cap, that's one. You're not dressed properly. Also, piercings. Another thing I like to talk about. Ladies, when you came, was there a hole in your ears?
No.
So how come a guy piercing his ear is
it restricted to gender? But it's a human body and skin, right?
Exactly.
The same God that created it. So
And in the Old Testament, there were lots of rules, but in the New Testament, Jesus did not say anything like that. So whatever Jesus did not open his mouth and say in the Bible, I don't count it as sin. And so when Apostle Paul says things in the Bible, I'm like, oh, it was Apostle Paul that said it.
Because he even says that this is my opinion, my frank opinion about this thing.
Exactly.
And I really love him for that, because he brought he had the wisdom to say, okay, this is my opinion. What are people that didn't even say it? And we're not thinking, this is straight from the Lord.
We'll take whatever
this is straight from God.
So we are learning God for ourselves, you know, not what the millennials or what the boomers.
That's why we have the Holy Spirit inside us.
And there's an impression I want to correct. There's an impression I want to correct. Jesus did not preach Christianity as a religion. He preached Christianity as a lifestyle, relationship with the Heavenly Father. That is what we should look for, not going to church.
And living the life, which is like showing love.
If you know what the people we look up to, like pastors, and I'm not trying to say that everybody sins, you know, so you don't have to look up to one person and do you understand?
Even like living the life is not about saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It's talking about being patient, being kind, being loving, having self-control, being loving, being joyful, all those fruits displayed in the way you relate with people. You're not saying Jesus, but you are releasing his essence. Literally by the way you are living.
You need to let it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm calm and I'm listening.
But at the same time, millennials, you guys need to learn how to speak up. Don't just take
That's the issue.
Speak
up.
You guys
We're
speak a lot of
vocal.
things, and like that's why you have a lot of weight inside of you. Like,
do you know what wisdom is?
Pardon me, my dear. Pardon me.
Sometimes
Do you know what wisdom is? Do they know what wisdom is?
Are you all done?
No. There's so much about it. Let's hear what you have to say.
Because they will back up his scriptures that, a wise man is somebody that is slow to speech and everything. Sometimes you need to speak up. Wisdom is also expressed in words.
You want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hi guys, how you doing? You look cute.
as usual.
Yeah. Please don't
Don't patronize us. Just go straight to the point.
We know that already.
I should not patronize you.
No,
we don't want to. We don't like to patronize.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't even know the millennials you've met. I don't know the people you've associated yourself with. I don't know the kind of people you walk around with. Everything you just said now is a zero to me.
It's zero to you.
Honestly speaking, it is a zero to me.
Hold on.
Now listen. When it comes to religion, it's never to me. It's never about a minister of God or what anybody thinks God should be.
School me, pastor.
It is about you yourself, how you perceive God. And the truth is, I really don't. You see this thing you just said. I actually just posted it on my status this morning, and I'm surprised this came up.
Hallelujah.
Listen. I actually don't care what anybody wants to talk about or believe God to be. Honestly, I don't. Speaking for myself, I don't know about others, but speaking for myself, I see God, how He has come true for me.
Okay.
It's all about what He's done for me, how He's protected me, seen me through my difficulties, and that is it. And if it comes about our ways of life, my dear, I can preach to you all day, but okay, I can't say that on camera. But I'm pretty sure.
Just the thing.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you know what I mean.
I do not know what you mean.
I'm all of that shit, like every bit of it. Hey,
You're
Sorry, please explain. Well, you say you're what actually?
I'm everything.
You're everything.
Like everything.
like what?
Okay, wait.
Can I see it on
Oh
camera?
my God.
Can I see it on camera?
Maybe you should.
Okay, fine. I blunt.
That's
I drink.
Okay.
I guess I can say all of this.
Come on, go ahead. We don't judge.
But you didn't kill
Yes,
us.
you don't
Okay, fine.
Yes,
These
we
are
don't judge.
vices
If I want to
that
be with a
society.
Barney, if I want to be with a Barney, I can be with a Barney. I choose my own happiness. It has nothing to do
Sorry,
with God.
what's a bunny?
I mean, I was going to ask.
Millennials don't understand.
No.
Explain to your sisters.
That's the word you use.
Explain to your sisters. Come on.
It is a slang word. When I say
Explain to your sisters.
No, sorry.
No, I understand.
It has
It's okay.
nothing to do with age or anything. It's just
No.
exposure. Some
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
exposure.
I mean,
Yeah,
what
millennials are not
you're
exposed.
No. It's okay.
Not
It's a slang.
really.
Anybody can
Okay,
know.
so
it's
what does
slang.
it mean?
It's
What does
slang.
it mean?
When I use the word Barney, it means a babe.
Exactly. I thought about it.
means-
I thought about it. Yeah, so let's go.
It means babe.
You say bunda.
Oh, you didn't know?
A Barney.
yeah.
Oh, in
I thought
you,
it was something
in you,
like-
no, it's just a camouflage. I know
He
you.
knew. Oh no.
No.
Yeah, he knew.
He
Barney
doesn't.
is.
Oh, yeah,
Barney
obviously he
is my
doesn't.
own.
Continue,
My own word for
Actually, I
ladies.
knew.
Pretty ladies. Okay, so when I use Barney, I say pretty ladies. So
Like Cynthia
I can
Barney.
be with. She's a Barney.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a
pretty
Barney,
one
a
and
cute
that,
one like that.
actually.
No, the funny thing is,
No,
The funny thing is,
he's not trying to do anything. So just
I'm not
continue.
doing anything, please. Okay. I'm not hitting on you. No.
Oh, no, we know. We're just inside joke.
It's not a bad thing if you want to hit on the
That's
base,
not the
though.
point.
I'm
So
not showing
continue.
that you
Let
aren't.
him continue. That's not the point. Just
And I'll show you that
continue.
you
All
aren't.
right. All right.
continue.
All right. Christianity has nothing to do with any of that. My belief in God, He is my Savior, He is my Comforter,
Oh,
He is everything that has been good to me.
hallelujah.
How I live my life is up to me. He gave us a choice. It's called consciousness.
No, he said
Excuse
choose
me.
between.
Excuse me.
Deuteronomy 30.
You just said choose. It's a choice.
Yes. So you
It's-
cannot be in between. It's a way
Excuse
of
me.
life.
I'm not saying I'm in between. I do
All
what.
this-
Excuse me.
Okay.
I do what pleases me.
Relax.
Okay. In as much as I'm happy and I'm comfortable with myself and God, I really don't care what anybody has to say. You're no judge,
You shouldn't.
and you can't judge me.
Oh no, we don't.
On the last day, then he can tell me that, bro, you fucked up. Okay?
Okay, wait. Just. I want to buttress what you were saying. You said you do what pleases you.
Yeah.
The Bible states clearly that those who are led by the Spirit are called the sons of God, which means your life in Christianity is led by the Spirit.
You need to
It is how the Spirit leads you that you do.
But
When you pray,
Okay, I think I need to
relax,
come in here.
relax, I'm
No,
still
no,
there,
no.
I'm still
Oh,
there.
for real. Yeah, I probably would say things that you would want to say. Okay?
Oh, come on.
So, I'm glad this is coming up because when it comes to religion, it cuts across Gen Z or millennial.
Yeah.
This is life, right? So when we're talking religion, I don't like to talk religion as Christianity, Islam, or anything. I like to talk religion as belief. So you've said a lot of things, you said a lot of things, and he has said a lot of things. When we're talking religion, you guys are coming from personal views. Okay. Like he said, whatever God, he does what pleases him. You said you can do piercing, you can do all of those things, and who said you cannot do that to church or like you said.
I'm not against it.
Now, one thing that I know about religion is the revelation of the God that you think you're serving, will reflect in everything you do.
Yep.
Who's there?
So, when we're talking millennials, Gen Zs, or anything, she was talking about New Testament and Old Testament. I wanted to go a little into what's it called? My background, right? I said my name is Rodia. Rodia is Islamic, right? I grew up, in a Muslim background, basically. My dad was an Alaji. When I say Alaji, I mean like first person to get to the mosque, first person to call Ibadah. That's thing that they call before everybody comes to pray, right? And growing up, I had to leave my dad's place. We do all these festivals and all of that. This is just a little backstory so that you know that I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, having done all of that, I went to Islamic school. I read the Quran, right? And afterwards, I had to leave that place and I went to my sister's place. When I got to my sister's place, I realized that my sister was a Christian, a Muslim. She does other things like traditional stuff, right? And I was like kind of confused. I mean, I came from a Muslim background. That's my dad. And then now I'm in a place where she practices Islam,
multiple.
Christianity. We go to church, we do Christmas, we do Ileya festival. And then we're doing another thing that is like Oshun festival kind of. And I'm like,
traditional.
okay, wait. Tradition. So I'm like, okay, you say God is one. It's just one God. So what's going on? I got confused. And at that point, I started telling myself that, you know what, Roddy, you're not going to choose. You're not going to have to say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, or I'm traditional. I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm a believer of God. So in every song I sing, I change it from good morning Jesus, good morning Lord. I change it to good morning God, good morning God. Why? Because I was just trying to hold on to that God that I knew when I was in my mother's womb, that I know that I couldn't have survived if it wasn't him. And then coming outside, seeing, having to grow up, you just know that there's a supernatural being that would have made you grow up, So I had to just say, I'm just going to be God, 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 everything God, 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 God. So in everything I do, I think God first, right? God first. I'm not thinking Jesus. I'm not thinking Allah. I'm not thinking Oshun or anything. I'm thinking God.
The creator.
If God is the superior being that's superior more than all this Jesus and all of that, then is that one I want to serve?
Oh no, I don't think you're a Christian then. I think you practice.
No, I said. Did I tell you? Did I tell you I was? I'm just giving you a background, right? And I said that I had to choose. I had to say that I can't be doing. I'm not sure. This one we're doing Muslim today. We're doing Christian today. We're doing that today. I just want to be a believer of God.
Would you call that?
No, wait.
New age
I'm not
spirituality.
done.
It's a new age, right?
Wait, I'm
Probably
not done.
that's your Gen Z name for.
Wait. I'm not even done.
it's
I'm
not
not even done.
Let's
Wait,
just.
I'm
let's
not
just-
even-
let's just
No,
answer
let her
that.
finish.
Let her
Yeah,
finish.
I'm not even done. So, I'm just giving you a backstory. I'm
Yes.
still going to get there to something that will be clear to you guys, maybe to you guys too.
Yeah.
So, after I had to say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to be doing God, 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 God. I mean, in everything, even the way I dress, I'm just like, how would God have dressed? Do you know? Yeah, let me do this. How would God have responded to this woman, to this person? I'm in traffic, someone bashed my car. How would God have, responded? I'll respond like that and all of that. We all have a distorted view of who God is.
But
And
here's the
it's
question.
been
Can I
happening.
ask a question? So we all know God through different religions. So the way you relate to God is depending on your religion.
Nah.
Exactly. So I'm like, who God is. I know who
So
God
it's
is. through
depending on what you've been
Christian view of
exposed
God.
to.
And how you have
It
defined.
depends on what you've been
Your own
exposed
definition.
to.
Of course.
So let me tell you, like I said, when I was growing up and I saw my sister practice all of this, if I had sat there in that house and continued with those practices, today I would have been, today I'm this, tomorrow I'm, and then next tomorrow I'm. So what I'm trying to say is, she had to create a niche for herself.
That's what she had to find.
I had to
That's what I'm saying.
choose
It's
the
a
one
new
that they
age
say is.
spirituality. That's what they call it.
I'm talking 19 something. I'm not talking now.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking 1990. It's not new age, right? I'm giving you a
pretty much
backstory.
new age.
What?
Pretty much new age.
It's
So
not
I
Indian
don't
name
know
for it
if
now.
some people are practicing it that way now, because
There are people like
there,
that.
there is a lot of confusion.
Well,
There's a lot of distortion.
What is new age spirituality?
okay, new age spirituality. There are lots of perks that.
So, can I say
Okay,
something?
I'll get. Okay, you want to say something?
But I'm not done with what
I
I'm
want
saying.
to
So,
say something.
okay,
So,
no,
no,
We all
say
are
that
not
thing
done.
you're
That's the
saying.
truth. We all are not done.
So for the new age thingy, yeah, it's people that I would say they're trying to run away from the traditional way that our parents raised us.
Yeah.
They're trying to create their own safe heaven. So there are people that believe in humanity. There are people that believe that if someone shoots you, don't shoot your own back. There are people that believe in giving.
Yes.
So people,
There are also
because
people
we
that
are
like
we are all
horoscopes,
raised
you know,
by
astronomy,
very
astrology.
strict parents. Most of us, especially children of the 90s, our parents were very strict. So and then we came home, left home, and we're trying to find our own safe heaven.
Okay.
Because most of us, we grew up either going, like she said, she went to Islamic school. I'm sure they will spend hours there to learn maybe she didn't want to learn it as a child. Now she's out.
No, I learned it.
That's what I'm saying. If it was not a compulsory thing, you wouldn't have learned it. You wouldn't have. So many of us, we went to Sunday school. We did not want to go to Sunday school.
We
So
didn't know what it was.
you get. And then we came out, and then we are we're trying to find ourselves in different things to So somebody will say, oh, I sleep I sleep with animals, but I believe in God. Someone will say, oh,
Yes.
I smoke, I drink, I believe in God.
That's
All
why.
these,
That's why.
all these are
saying,
to me.
it doesn't
So
affect
what
your
I think
belief.
is
Even says I believe
everybody
in existence
is
of God.
trying to find
God in their own way.
in their own way because they do not want to accept the traditional way that our parents and our
all.
grandparents
And
and
that's
our
because-
ancestors
Oh.
taught us.
That's because.
Do you understand?
That's because they've painted a picture.
Yeah.
They've,
Exactly.
they've painted God as. Have you guys seen that picture of Jesus? That
I
fair
don't
guy.
think it has
That's
to
why I
do.
did
I'm not.
Wait.
I don't think it has
Thank
to
you
do
for bringing that
Wait,
up.
wait.
Almost
I
every
think
time. I'm like,
That's the reason. That's the reason people would want to find their safe heaven.
Jesus.
Babe,
feel
listen.
like-
That's the reason people would want to find their safe
Let
heaven.
me
Let me
tell
tell
you
you.
that-
Wait. Let me say this. I'm so sorry. If you have Chicken Republic, and every Chicken Republic in every vicinity or residency, wherever you
All of
live,
their branches?
all the branches, if they taste the same, you know, you won't have to want to order from another branch
Yep.
because one doesn't taste like one.
Yep.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If the God that they've presented
The
or
perception.
that they've
Consistent.
that they've
No.
painted, if it's been consistent, you know, have you heard that they say God is a God of fire, God of Elijah, send down
Yeah.
fire,
Yeah.
all those things?
Yeah.
Have you heard them say God is
Lion, he's the lamb.
the lion, is the lamb? Have you heard them say a lot of things like that about God? That's why the forefathers and all of those people, they act a certain way because that's the belief that they have of
They
God.
had
Because
them.
that's who he is.
I feel like
That's not who he
That's
is.
not- wait,
That's what the Bible calls him. He's a
wait,
consuming
wait,
That's
fire.
wait,
that's
I want to say something about
that's
Wait,
a lie.
wait,
That's
wait,
a picture
that
that
is
is
not what
painted
the
so that they
Bible
can
calls
so that
it.
they
It's in
can.
the Bible.
Wait, that's the
No,
thing.
that is a
Not
wrong
everything.
interpretation to
Let me
that.
tell you something. They say
It's a wrong
that
interpretation.
they say that everything that is stated can be true, but not every statement or not everything
So,
that
let me
is
say
stated is
this.
a statement of truth. What I'm trying to say is, if I say that I am dark, right, and you're looking at me and you're obviously seeing that I'm dark, and I'm telling you that you know what I'm like, I'm very fair, and all of that. I'm stating something.
you're
It doesn't
saying.
mean that it is true.
No, because God cannot
It's your
be
truth.
confined in
So,
one thing.
lately-
God is omnipotent. He's everything.
So,
For me,
lately,
I understand.
this is-
except sin.
This
He's
is not
incapable of
Gen Z
sinning.
or millennial thing.
Millennial.
I've
No, no,
noticed
this is general.
It is
It's a
individual
general thing, yeah. People are trying to
Define God. in
define
their own
God,
way.
not in the way that we were told.
No.
If
They're
we
trying-
were
now,
told the
we were-
right
no,
way.
so now listen, hold on, let me explain this.
Okay.
We grew up believing that the God we serve is the all-knowing, all-seeing, everything. We grew up knowing that there's certain ways you're supposed to behave so that we are like taking in. You forgot that God said in his word that he's not going to strive with man. So he's going to allow you to choose what you want to do. Right. And now I'm seeing people coming up with different beliefs. It is not the way it's supposed to be. You cannot be doing some certain things that are not right and saying, oh, that's my own religion. I'm sorry, that's not your religion. That is what you wanted to put.
So you see that thing
And
that
there's
you
nothing
said
wrong
about
with what our parents told us about. That's, you know, it's a passed on knowledge. Like the mothers passed on to our own mothers and they passed on to us. We go to church on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever, night vigils. Now, we all grew up very stubborn, strong-willed, wanting to have our own way, not to follow the way our mothers trained us. We create our own need. This is nothing to do with, it's just us, all of us here, both here, outside. We just don't want to face reality. We don't want to face the truth. We are
what's the
always,
truth?
What is the
What's the truth?
and the truth is, there is one God who is all-knowing, all-seeing, that we should serve.
And
He is
that's right.
not to be questioned.
Nope.
His ways, he already said in the Bible, his ways
We're
are
one
not
God in
of
all
man.
religion.
Just one God I know of. I don't know of other religions. So he's not to be questioned. I see things, people say, oh, there's a disaster and God was sitting down there. I'm like, who are you to question? Why are you questioning? Whatever you choose to do, spirituality, you don't go to church. That's you.
That's you.
That's you. It is not the norm. You're just one creating that niche for yourself. You're giving an excuse for not going to church. Ideally, sometimes you should go to church to revert, to be in He's present. Now, it's funny, when it comes to church, we give some kind of excuses, but when your friend says come for birthdays, you're there. Come to the beach house, you're there. Come for interviews, you're there. And then Sunday, you find it very interesting to argue why you shouldn't go to church on Sunday. I'm like, why?
I don't think it's compulsory to go to church.
You can create your
own
own church. I want to talk about what you just said now.
Sorry, the three of us can just
What? Do you know the church is not a building? The church is you, right?
Exactly.
Obviously, yes. I agree with
So
that as
why is
well.
that I did not go? I
now.
remember I quoted the scripture, do not forsake the assembly.
I was even going
Yes,
to
I
say
go.
something
Yes.
about
But
the
I'm trying to
choice
say that
thing.
it is not by going.
I was going,
there.
wait. I was going to
By-
say something about that choice thing. You see that choice thing? That's why a lot of people are now saying, you know what, I identify as a goat, but I can
But
sleep
that's
with
what God
human
did.
beings. Wait, that's what
He did. He gave everybody strong wills.
No, wait. I think there's something.
I think I should be allowed to.
But you know,
there's
God gave
something.
man the ability to name, right?
Wait, I think there's something.
Okay.
See, if you know God for who He is and you have a revelation of who He truly is, you know His nature, you know the kind of things that He would do, right? And you know so well that once you know God, He transfers His Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit, inside of you, and you live by that Spirit. That Spirit is a regulator that now lives inside of you, that now makes you do things. You don't do it by choice anymore. You're doing it by the living of the Spirit that is inside of you. A lot of people have not even received that Spirit. They just know God at the surface level.
This is what they're exposed
You know,
to, and that's what they
what
want.
I was
Just
trying
know
to
God
say,
at the surface
like,
level. I go to a church where you can come like this.
Yeah.
No, this is too. I'm not
I
judging.
can come like this, but it puts me at the back.
No. Normally, right? It's a
You wouldn't want to be in
church.
the assembly of God.
You would not want to.
It's not.
expose
It's
too
You know,
much.
you'd be
not about.
uncomfortable, like in
Yeah.
those places
You wouldn't be
because of the
comfortable
people
as a
that
person
dress
being in
exactly
church
the way they're dressed,
like
and
Because
they're
it's a call it whatever. Church. There's wear this, wear that.
Okay, the first revelation of God we go from was from Moses. Moses saw the back, according to what we heard. He got the advertising of God himself, but that's by the Ten Commandments, which he broke later on and stuff like that. But when Moses came, he covered his face with a veil, trying to make us know that God was too holy to behold iniquity. Just that way, we felt, reading that verse of the Bible, you feel that God is one kind of very strict person. You misbehave, he smites you dead. That was Moses' revelation.
Thank you
of
for
God.
saying that was Moses.
When Joshua
revelation.
came, Joshua was a man of war. He loved to kill. And normally the time will say do not kill. But God commanded Joshua to continually kill. That was Joshua's. Joshua was a warrior. He was always going to battle. Going to battle means killing.
It wasn't God that commanded him to
It wasn't
continue
God that.
killing.
Yeah,
God is
God.
not a
No,
God
yeah.
that kills.
No, I'm just speaking from.
But
a
he
background.
did though. In Jericho, he said, "Smite everything, leave nobody alive." Some people stole something, and God had them kill the people and their family members.
I hope you guys know that in the Bible,
Lord,
there is Lord that people think is God, and it was the devil that is hiding behind it. Don't worry.
This brings
there's a
us
book
to
I'm
the
going to show you
end. So now we're going to talk about relationships.
Sex.
It is.
These Gen Zs, they have no filter in their mouth.
They really do.
There is no filter in their mouth.
They really do.
There's no filter in their mouth.
They really do.
I literally can see one.
All right. Let's get to the topic now. Let's get to the topic.
Go ahead.
So it is said that millennials are the ones most likely to endure toxic relationships, while Gen Zs are quick to step out. So are we erring on the side of caution, or are we always impatient and never patient enough to find the one? Let's discuss.
If the sex is good, it will stay.
Okay.
I think the reason why there's a bit of impatience is because a lot of young people many grew up in very toxic households. So they saw their mothers go through a lot. They saw their father being abusive or vice versa. And also extended families being very weird. And the younger generation said to themselves, you know what, I am not going to be like my mom, I'm not going to be like my dad, I am literally just going to step out. And it's something that I think the Gen Zs have, that's a lesson or an element that the older ones need to learn. You do not have to stay in a toxic place to make a point. No. You can walk away. If there's anything they did, the younger ones did, is to make you realize that you are strong in yourself. There's this strength within. So yeah, you can love somebody, you can give everything to somebody. But when the shit goes down, you take your slippers and walk away. It doesn't mean they're impatient. They are not just built to endure. Life is to be lived, not to be lived for somebody else. Jesus has died for everybody. So you are not going to die for somebody.
To be enjoyed and not to be endured.
So the older generation, they did not teach us anything when it comes to relationship. I can't even go to them for advice.
Exactly.
Although there's a bit of thing you can pick. And that's if you come from a very good household where you saw maturity. Your daddy could talk to your mommy and they will agree on something, and your mom will say, oh, hold on, let me talk to your daddy first. There's a bit of submission, there's a bit of respect, leadership, followership, everything.
Communication.
Those people, and that is if you come from that background, you will see yourself going back home to ask questions. But literally now, there's not going back home. A young girl is 18 in uni, and all she's thinking is how to meet a rich man, how to live a big life, because she saw poverty back home. She saw her mom suffer with her dad, and it got her nothing. So,
and also social media.
So this particular topic, there shouldn't be an attack to the Gen Zs. They are just responding to their environment.
Are you saying this because you're a hybrid?
Totally.
No, I'm not because I'm hybrid.
I don't even think.
It's the truth.
I think she's spitting facts, right? Because your parents cannot go through something, and you saw those things, and you are in it,
PTSD,
and then you're now sitting there watching, and you're going through the same thing.
Hell no.
That means there's something wrong with you.
It's a generational curse.
Like, so even if there's a generational curse, you should be the one to break that gene. So one thing about this relationship thing and marriage or something is, my dear, if you have a lot of self-love, respect, and you need to understand that you're responsible for your joy. You see those things that our parents did, that if their husband did not come home like this, they are sad until their name or comes home or something comes home. They don't work. They are totally dependent on their husband.
Yep.
Some of them, they were sold out to their husbands.
Yep.
I met one Uber driver. There's a lady that she said she didn't know her husband until the marriage. Like, they just gave her off to the man and all of that. And the man does anything, and she can't go back to anybody to go and ask any advice or anything because she's gone. If we're talking relationship and we're talking Gen Zs or millennials, I feel like this is personal. If you are blind and you want to stay in a toxic relationship, my dear,
that's on you.
It's on you. And if you know the truth, you love yourself enough to not allow someone talk you down or say some kind of things to you, you'd surely leave. And one thing that I think I can point out with Gen Z is probably the fact that they are not patient.
True that.
Yeah. Impatient.
Not all though.
No, of course, we've not been
on a high percentage.
And also,
my mental health. It's affecting my mental health.
With the younger generation, as much as they are so quick to escape or choose easy life, there's a drop in the level and in self-love. Many of them are roaming the street. They don't have love.
They don't.
So in as much as we're here saying, oh, we're not going to stay in toxic places, as little as somebody ignoring you, you're still finding excuses. You're still taking them back.
Giving them the benefit.
Giving them benefit of doubt. Knowing full well that every individual, except you're mental or you're crazy, you made a choice. I see a lot of young people, no self-love, they don't, first of all, background zero, no love from home. Then they grow up, no confidence, no esteem.
Nothing.
Even the men, even the young girls, you have to depend on something. So it's either they're doing drugs, or they're trying to fake a lifestyle, or they're trying to be in a relationship. So she said something about self-love. These people don't have, most of them.
That's why they sit there
Let's not even
because he's giving them love.
No,
the love you're supposed to have by yourself, my darling. That's supposed to be enough.
If you go on the street now and just do a survey, maybe like 5 more people will join you. That they'll tell you, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to leave. Then you go outside. You see more girls. Most young girls, especially girls, they do not have self-love. Somebody is treating you like you are non-existent, and you're sitting down there giving person excuses, and you're asking questions.
Maybe he'll love me tomorrow.
Do you get it? Delusional is what is wrecking in this
No, but that's not
delusion.
That's not us.
I'm sorry, that's you guys.
That's not Gen Z.
No, wait, listen.
Maybe that's not you.
That's the millennials though.
See,
That's
That's not. Let me explain myself. Delusion. So you all feel like,
Oh my God.
somehow it's very it's a very thin line. So some of you feel like you can change somebody.
Oh,
That's one. Number two.
That's not
can't.
us.
In relationships, when it's not going your way, I see a lot of delusional girls doing things to get the opposite sex for a response. No, that's not you. But that's a lot of you.
I have a lot of millennial friends.
No, listen.
And
Let
that's
them
I
love
feel like
somebody.
this is not just- I
Let
think
them
it's
let
across
your
everybody.
friend love upon somebody, and watch her closely when she comes to tell you things that the guy is doing to her, and she feels like doing back. Actually, okay, let me give you an example. A typical young girl, 22, in a relationship, her boyfriend isn't responding to her all day. The next thing she thinks to do is to, okay, you know what, I'm going to go out this night. I want to show him that he's missing a lot. That's some delusional talk. At that moment, the next thing for you to do is to sit back and observe this person. Okay, this is the first time he's doing it. Okay, let's give him the second time. He does it again.
Impatient.
Third time. And then this time you say to yourself, I am going to. No, what the younger 20, 21, 22, 23, they do is they want to go out.
That's self-love though.
Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go out, but why are you going out?
What's
Are
the
you
motive?
trying to prepare?
No, we're
The
trying
man.
to have fun. If
Now, let me bust your brain. Let me bust your brain. Let me bust your brain. So they tell you that they're going out to prepare the guy, but that's not the truth. They're going out for. Look at you right now. I want to show that I'm the boss. You know what the delusion is? You know what the delusion is? The men always know what they're doing.
yeah.
They know what you're doing. And that's why I told my friends, see, what are you going out? Why on earth are you going out? To show him. And then you're not to have it's not to have. Now listen. Now, okay, now let me catch you there.
I am giving you
Oh, really? Okay.
ignoring me. Yes, I know that person is giving me attention.
You've just said it
I have lots of
all.
choices. That's what I'm trying to show him that I have choices. You cannot treat me like, oh, you're ignoring me.
Now let me tell you what let me tell you what the men do when you do that.
That's
They know this is your
That's a
method.
girl.
I know what they do. They come back like a little baby that has just misbehaved. Mommy, I'm sorry. Now listen. Remember I said the motive. The motive is to make the guy feel some kind of, oh my God, my baby's outside. No. That motive alone now makes them, they know what you're doing. They're like, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. They spoil you with gifts. They come back 2-3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. They are well behaved. You forget to realize that if he's not that person, he can never be that person. And if you're not the person that he's supposed to behave well to, he will never. So when I say delusional, this is what I'm talking about.
That's why one mistake, I am out. I have choices. Thank you.
You see?
Now listen,
The tables turn.
You guys should give the Gen Zs a chance
If
to
the
talk.
tables turn, you are the man, and you are the man, and he's the lady, and you're doing the same thing you're doing to him. How would you feel?
I'll be like, okay, since everyone has choices, I'm not the person you want, like move on to the next girl. I don't mind.
How do you know the person you want?
The person who treats me the way I want to be treated.
The person
You
who
see,
treats you the way you want to be treated.
But you know it's vice versa, though.
This is where I want to come in. Like, this is where I
I'm
believe
loving this Gen Z.
most
It's like
most
there's
of us
something.
Gen Zs have actually failed. We always most of us Gen Zs have actually failed. Like when it comes to a relationship.
That's the
See,
thing.
I love
I'm listening.
Like we always want to have this. I want this person to treat me the way I want to be treated. I want to feel like a king. I want her to address me like a king.
Vice versa.
Because I know normally I'm a king. I want her to address me as a king. I want to be pampered. I want to easily call you at any time and then you pick up my calls. But the point is, everybody cannot be that person.
Yeah.
You have to be that person to yourself.
First.
That's why
That's
I
what
said
you're responsible for yourself.
And then one way or the other, being responsible for yourself and also turning you into a monster. Just like it's turned me into.
Very, very self-centered.
Because it got to a point. I
self-preserving.
I hated commitment. I was like, I have a relationship with Favor. Favor talks to me every day. I speak to Favor every day because normally I have lengthy conversations with myself. So Favor talks to me every day. So why the fuck?
When you say Favor as a person or
Like
himself.
Oh, you. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm
He talks to
like,
himself.
why do I need to talk to you? So why do you think you want to be my friend?
That's the disadvantage.
And that's the disadvantage of like taking responsibility for yourself, your self-love. As in, I love myself so much that I don't want to be hurt.
So the
and I don't want to be
thing
committed.
is, if you have self-love, let's not take
We
this.
need outside love.
Let's not take this too far. When we're talking, or when I said self-love, I'm not saying that you cannot, impregnate yourself. So self-love.
No.
Come on. When we're talking, or when I'm talking self-love, I'm not saying you should clog up your heart with love to the point where you do not allow any other person. If you're in traffic and somebody splash water at you or on you, and you think you have self-love, you will use that self-love that you have used to iron your clothes and all of that to lash that person. So don't get it wrong. Being self-loving means that you're loving towards, like, you have it, so you're extending it to someone else from the abundance that
and you're happy and you're
and
healed.
see, the thing is, you don't need them to do so much anymore. Like you
There's
said,
no void.
like you said, if they're not treating you the way you want to be treated, my dear, treat yourself the way you want to be treated.
That's the thing. I love myself that way. So if I let someone else love me, you have to love me the way I love myself.
I understand loving you the way you
right?
love yourself, right? But if you're saying love me the way I love myself, and I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself, because I say this a lot. You have to treat me the way I treat myself. I'm a queen. You have to treat me like a queen. You have to this. You have to that, which is true. But later on, I started realizing that wait, if you can give yourself, this kind of thing, how about if this person doesn't have as much?
Yes.
When I'm saying as much, I don't mean like money or something. You should be able to work as a lady. That's not even a topic anymore, right? I'm talking, is that person, broken? Do they need the abundance of love that you have? Wait, are you listening?
Yes.
Do they need, like, some of the love that you have? Do they need it so that you can help? They say 50-50, no, 100, like 100.
That's why you give them their own love language.
It's important to talk about love languages. How do you want me to talk to you?
But what I'm saying is,
important.
this relationship is not actually a talk. It's more like the GenZs are being coached by the millennials at the moment.
Not really.
No, yeah, like
really.
is it just me? No, because right now, but if you're picking something, I've been catching much from the experiences. Like,
if you're picking something,
I'm sorry, sir, but it seems you have breakfast experiences very well. Like,
Can I say something?
Now that's the problem with you guys. You think that somebody saying something wisdom is like they've had like terrible experiences. Not necessarily.
Like, no, such wisdoms don't just come. Like,
it
they come
does.
from empathy.
I read books. I read books.
You've seen experiences.
I've seen you. It doesn't have to be that. Oh, I've been served.
Now let me tell you, I teach, right?
Oh.
And children are the best people that can teach you things.
Yes.
Because they have very
Only 100.
This is why you have to learn from us. We are children.
Come on, keep quiet there.
I'm not talking you children, I'm talking that Gen Z.
Let's little kids.
Gen Z.
Gen X.
No, Alpha.
Maybe Gen
Alpha.
Alpha. I don't know what you guys call it, sorry.
Hey, you always have names for everything.
Let me tell you, when I see a child that is well behaved from home, that child brings it to school, and you can see how much the child gives, and that child will never, have less because he or she is given. Do you know something? They say you
give out of the abundance.
you you get filled when you give,
That's
and you get
what I'm
empty
saying.
when you
Withhold.
When you withhold, when you're full. Yeah, I feel empty when I'm full, and I feel full when I'm empty. I don't know if you get that.
Yes.
I mean,
It's not a material thing.
no, it's not. So in a relationship, I love this person. What does this person need that I have, that I can give? It will not reduce. God has always given you, forgiveness, this and that,
Virtues.
and it never finishes.
Never.
So
It's not material.
what is that thing that you have? You have self-love, you are loving, you are kind, you're this, you're that.
Okay.
What is that thing that that person needs that you can
I don't
give?
know.
So when you now say you want to not leave, is when you know you bring in you love yourself, and from your abundance you give to the person, and you know definitely I am giving, but the person is not reciprocating the way it's supposed. He doesn't have to be perfect, but that effort. But when you see the person is being selfish, is withholding, is not also reciprocating,
it's not a relationship.
and that's when you know that okay, you've tried and tried and tried, then you.
So don't let that stop you from still giving.
This is why these
Like,
conversations
We didn't
are
start
hard
with
to
another
miss and hard to skip.
Tell us what you
So,
think in the comment section below.
Keep watching and we will be right back. This final round, we're going to talk about one after the other what you admire the most and what you dislike the most in the other generation.
One thing I love about the millennials is like they are very big on values and like the way they were raised, because like they consider the fact that like you will still bear the consequences for your actions later on in life, one way or the other in life, and like you will not want to do something that down the line you will be proud to to talk about or raise your head up high and everything. Oh, my children, this is what I did. So I admire the fact that life is meant to be lived. Many people do. Oh, I did this, my full chest and everything. It's good though. Sometimes do you, and it's good. But that thing that keeps you in check, it's very, very important, so that you don't, do things that will make you not be able to live with yourself. You'll be able to cross some certain limits, because that's why those limits are there. So we acknowledge society and religion for some things, not the other extreme, aspect. So you guys pay attention to boundaries and everything. So like the fact that you guys pay attention to boundaries, you live life with certain principles. The principle aspect is like what I'm really, really like, I really love about you guys, and the fact that like you guys have seen a lot of things and you guys are patient. You guys, you guys have values. You guys really respect values.
What do you not like about them?
Like the millennials now, like
Yeah, what you
the
don't
values.
You said what you like, now what don't you like?
What I don't like.
No, I'm not passive. I'm hybrid.
What I don't like, right?
I'm in
Okay,
the
what I
middle.
don't like about like the millennials is that sometimes many millennials let some certain things get to them, like because you are living life with principles, it still has a way of making you like you step into the position of the judge. You now start people that are not living the way you're living according to your standards or the way you've been raised. You begin to look down on them or relate with them in a certain way. So that's really not cool.
I'm kind of into older ladies, so I love ladies of the millennials more.
Okay.
Most of the
Older
ladies
ladies.
I've actually, most of the ladies
perfect.
I've actually like fallen in love with. Actually, are millennials older than me. Way-
Sorry, this is off point. Does that come from trauma?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from.
Is it a fetish?
It's not.
You feel like they
I
can
feel like
understand you
the-
better.
I'm so when I say trauma, I mean like did you
They
lack
are more
motherly love?
experience when it comes to life and things. Like
My mom's love me. My mom loves me.
she doesn't want to teach
Okay.
people.
I think it is his preference.
I'm sorry, I have to ask questions.
Oh yeah, maybe because growing up I was always the youngest boy in the class. How people were way older than me, smallest boy in class.
yeah.
So
It's a childhood thing.
So the beginning of all the nonsense, all the sports stuff were with older ladies. So that's why to this day.
But it's not
I like
bad.
it more with them.
It's actually not.
That's
The
That's
beginning
something
of
I
all
like.
the
Age
nonsense
fast.
was with
You
old.
grow older fast.
No, but it's not bad. It's good.
If you're old,
Yeah.
you're your own. Oga, sit down. You said you like
Bad
older
boy.
ladies. You are doing that.
Clapping
my
bomb
dad.
bomb boy.
I guess it's my turn. Are you?
Yeah, and
oh,
that's one thing about the millennials I like.
Okay.
But then what I don't like is because they turned me to the monster I am today.
So
When
trauma.
I was much younger,
You were molested.
Are you ready to share?
I wasn't molested. I wasn't abused. I was emotionally abused, yeah,
Okay.
by millennials. Because I grew up in church. This boy who loves to do everything. I was never shy. I've never had stage fright and stuff like that. So I was always tagged proud, always tagged disrespectful, always tagged forward and
They were
stuff like that.
judgy.
And I always wanted to prove myself to them that I'm not this person. But it doesn't matter how much I wanted to prove myself. They still saw me as that person that I wasn't.
They have to treat you like a Peking where you be.
Yeah, they always treat me like that. And until this day, I'm still treated like that. But due to the fact that I've left that circle, I don't want to be with them anymore.
Yeah.
But it still hasn't gotten off.
You know, we still argued your age just now. Because I'm like, are you sure you are here?
Yeah,
Bloody Gen Z.
You don't look it. That is the funny thing.
I swear.
And the point is,
No, Gen Z these days don't look Gen Z.
oh.
Let's not go there. Look
I
at
don't
me.
think it's
Me, I look. Ew.
okay.
Me, I look Gen Z.
Okay, let me let you the reason for the look. The reason for the look is because of what I just said right now. Then I was short. People
You
don't
had to
believe.
look
I was
like
very
you're
short,
older.
very short and stuff like that. So right now I want to look like I'm
God
older.
bless
So
you
that
with height.
the first thing you won't
You're
just
blessed
come
with
and
height, my dear.
you
Look at
won't
me. I have to be wearing boots, high heels.
So you see, so you just come and cap with me. At least by the time you see say the behavior in my face, you will first calm down. Let me know
But I
how to
wouldn't have
relate.
thought
address-
that.
Yeah,
Relate with this, relate with this guy.
Yeah.
So you will relate with me well before. So when you get closer to me, at least the way I talk, you know, I'm a baby in a way. The way I talk, the things I say. But then,
Yeah,
first
you
my look go first pass that question. This guy is rugged, so let me.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get
I've
you.
But
been
all
there.
the same, I respect millennials a
Being
lot.
there.
God
no
bless you.
matter.
And I love the ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, my turn. So, what I love about millennials
Hey,
is that.
Barbie.
Bobby.
Hi, Ken.
All right.
So, you guys are so caring. You guys are selfless. Like I have like millennial elder sisters, and like just so selfless. Like you put other people's needs above yours, you know, and that's what we
Shield
Gen
people,
Zs
yeah.
do not. Like I think we are so much into the self-love, selfish. It's all about me, you know. So, but millennials are so selfless. They put family first, like not just family, you know, people, like people, the people they love, they come true for them, and that's what I'm learning from the millennials.
Oh, God bless
you
you.
know.
Learning. I like that.
What I hate about millennials is I think it's like control thing. Like they see us Gen Zs as like you guys are childish. Like you don't know things. Like you don't have experience like me. You know, so they have like they tend to be a bit controlling. Like I know these things. I have lived this life. You know, so this is how you should do it. But I think things are changing. Like the way you guys lived is not like the way we are. Everybody's not supposed to live the same way. You know, allow us to have our own experience. Don't judge. Don't try to
Let us make our
control.
mistakes.
You know, let people live the way they want to live. You know, that's what I believe. But I love you guys though. You guys are so cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm the hybrid one. I'm pretty much the Gen Z, and I like both generations because it just shows how humanity is from different viewpoints.
Yes.
The older generation, one thing I wish they could change. I don't hate it because some way, the things we don't like sometimes resonate in us. We'll still get older, and the younger ones are still going to complain.
True.
So I think the only thing I'll say they should work on is being open-minded. A lot of older people are not open-minded. It's just say one thing straight.
One way.
It's like a straight jacket road. They don't see,
They're
it
not
could
flexible.
be this, it could be that, it could be other reasons. The Gen Zs, I feel we need to learn to drop our traumas. There are a lot of trauma walking people up and down.
Yeah.
Mental health.
And
True.
in as much as we're screaming, don't hurt us, don't hurt us, a lot of Gen Zs are going out and hurting people on impulse. It's like, it's a thing, go and hurt people.
Yes.
So I feel like the younger, my people, my age range, we need to be empathetic, basically. Don't hurt people. If you don't want somebody, don't hold on to them.
Yes.
The older people, I understand why you're so controlling.
is because growing up, younger you was never given an opportunity. You were always bullied.
Yeah.
So now you've grown up to be like some young talk, like come on, rest, relax. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Learn to, you can be assertive and not controlling. Learn to say your mind and don't use sentiment, guilt tripping, emotional blackmail to get the younger ones to do what you feel. Because it's always what you feel, it's not what is always right.
Yeah.
So don't use those elements, sentiment, emotional blackmail, to get the younger ones to do what you feel is right. Listen to them, tell them what they're supposed to do, and understand that grace is different. So the fact that you fucked somebody and you got pregnant doesn't mean I'm going to fuck somebody and I'm going to get pregnant. Because there's birth control, there's the pull out, there's other things I can do. So don't come and be guilt tripping me because I'm sleeping with men. You slept with men too. Do you understand? So I feel like before the older generation start throwing bottles, remember, you did same.
Worse.
You did worse. So you need to literally, do you understand? And this one, I've always said I'm going to have to face parents. It's time for you to let the younger ones breathe. These children never asked to be born.
Oh my God.
We did not ask to be born. You on your own with your partner went to church to look for the fruit of the womb. Let us breathe. If we're not making money at a certain age, let us breathe.
Don't suffocate us.
If we're not married at a certain age, let us breathe. We have very weird mentalities, or we don't want to get married, let us breathe. We don't want to stay in our husband's house at
I don't
the
want to have children,
single
let us breathe.
inconvenience. Let us breathe.
Simple.
We are not like you. Thank you.
And the moral lesson is let
Let
us
us
breathe.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, and you ready?
Oh, so
Which one is
nice one.
There's a hint to it now.
Yeah.
I like that respect.
It's balanced.
You're such a cool gent, so you're respectful.
Oh no, I have to shake your hand for that. Pardon me. That was impressive.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay, I feel like this was much needed because first, I don't see Gen Z or Gen X or hybrid or millennial. I see human beings.
People.
So I come with humanity mindset in everything that I do. So,
High state of
you
enlightenment.
see, if you treat people like humans, like not like a man or a woman,
As a person.
if you treat them like human, there's a way you would treat there's a way you see the way he was trying to catch the fly that was running around the other time. That's how you treat a fly. You don't treat a human being like that.
Did you see that? Was that on camera?
No. So,
Animal rights, insects rights.
They will come for you.
They will come for you hard.
I'm just trying to say there are ways to treat people, right? First, humanity first before man or woman or anything. One thing that I like about Gen Z is
There are so many.
yeah,
So many.
these kind of things I get emotional with these kind of things.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did make us
Wait. So the reason is I wasn't opportune to, have a childhood. I didn't do what children did. I would literally say that I grew up since I was born. Like I've been grown. I've been either an auntie or mother to somebody or something to something. That's why I chose teaching, because you can just always come to me and ask something, and I've always been like that. I didn't have this liberty that you guys have, that you can go out and come back by 1 a.m. or 2 a.m.
As in.
The freedom, you guys don't know what you have. So
So,
it's important that you guys use your time, use it right, because you will see. There's no way you want to. Now let me go back to being 20.
Nope.
Let me go and get that. You can't get it anymore. So
Young
use
again.
it wisely.
Thank
And when
you.
I say use it wisely, you do not want to come off later on and be like, I shouldn't have done that. right? Do everything you want to do, but do not do what you're going to regret.
Yeah.
Right? The only limitation is in your mind. Go as far and beyond and above as you can, but make sure you don't do something that you come back regretting. One.
Yes.
So, I love your liberty. I love the fact that you guys can speak anywhere. You go anywhere. Do you know how much people learn public speaking?
Speaking. That's offensive.
go and
That's
speak.
offensive. Don't talk
That's
to
why
me that way.
Malala Yousafzai lady, that lady, she's still trending. Why? Because she was the youngest and she was the one that was able to speak. Do you understand? So you guys use your liberty, use it well. Don't regret anything. And what I don't like about you guys is you're too opinionated or you're
Opinionated.
you're too opinionated. See, it is not what you feel, it is what it is. It's not what I feel, it's what it is. If this place is white and your whole world, everybody knows that it's white, it is white. I feel like it's black. You now sit down on your I feel like. That thing is destroying a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's destroying a lot of things. So please, keep your feelings to yourself and see life for what it is. If you have to work for 10 days to get paid, work for 10 days. Don't go and look for corner and do. I feel like we are supposed to. I feel like we should be able to go and do something and get it easily. You'll come back to regret it. Okay, so love you guys. So
Due process, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Opinions.
Hi guys.
Yes.
How you doing, guys?
I'm fine. You guys look good.
Oh yeah, you look good. What I like about you a lot. Believe me, if I can rewind, I will do that. If I can go back in time, I will do that. This is because most of the things that I am today, not what I do, that I am today, are things I sat down and talked to myself. I'm like, man, if I should have been doing this 10 years ago, a decade ago, I'd probably be somewhere better than I am today. And that is a fact. There's something I admire about you. You're selfless. The world is already messed up as it is. One thing about it is finding yourself, finding where you are.
Yeah.
And that's what I admire about you.
Oh, thank you.
You actually don't care what is happening around you. You just want to do what makes you happy, what works for you, what does well for you. And I admire that a lot. You pick everything. You always have a preference. Like, this is what I'm good at, let me do it. This is what I can do, let me do it.
True.
Do you understand? And I so much love that.
It's not just TikTok.
I so much love that in every aspect, not just TikTok. Every aspect, you grab things. You're always willing to grab it. Any opportunity that comes, you want to grab it. You're always go-getters. You know, millennials have these weak points. We have this thing of risk, taking a risk. And but the funny truth is, I realized it is just recently. Let me say, just in my 30s already. And I'll be like, just when I realized that, when they say don't take this risk, take this risk. Honestly, every risk is worth taking.
Yes, so
It either makes you or it breaks you.
Taking it is the risk.
Is the risk. You're not taking the risk at all. It's now your fault. Do you understand?
Now start crying.
It either makes you or it breaks you. And you Gen Zs, you are so fast at grabbing it.
In the moment,
you don't even want to know if something is going to fall out later.
Yeah.
You just want to take that opportunity, and I love it so much. I admire that about you.
If you work, no work. Life goes on.
Now, my problem with you, what I don't like about Gen Z is, you get lost easily.
How do you mean?
Thank you. Gen Zs get carried away.
Lose yourself.
Yeah. You think, hey, if I'm doing this, it's okay. It is not everything that is okay. Yes, we let you want to make your mistakes. Everybody's allowed to make mistakes. Okay? But when you see or someone comes to you and wants to talk to you or advise you about something, sometimes it's always good to give a listening ear. You don't just think because my mommy brought me up like this, or my daddy brought me up like this, or my pastor said this or this, then that is it. No. sometimes when we come to you and say some things to you, you said something to her. It's experience.
Put your hands together for yourself. Put your hands together for yourself.
In fact,
Thank you so
I like
much.
this crew.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah. Today was really cool. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you to the amazing talents this episode. You guys made this episode worth watching. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Gen Z versus Millennials. And I'm your host once again, Nonzo with the Z. Keep it locked. You're watching Bands at the House. Follow us on all our social media platforms. The House Chronicles. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, and all the social media platforms. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. Keep it locked. We'll see you again soon.